Hello, Gold Artisans. My name is Shonda, and welcome to my channel Under the Needle. So I did not get a chance to make a video last week, so this is going to be a 2-week update. Um, but I've been pretty busy, so it's not like a whole lot going on. Um, as far as like my projects and stuff like that, I didn't get much done. But I want to show you guys some stuff that I purchased that I absolutely did not need, and just talk about what's been going on with me for the past couple of weeks and that kind of thing. So the last time I talked to you guys, again, it was 2 weeks ago. My Aunt Dot had come to visit. I think she had gotten here the day before. So that Thursday morning, I got up and made us, because she's got some boxes here that she wanted to go through. That she's just storing them here while she's in between apartments. And so I drug out some stuff for her to work on, and she did that Thursday and Friday. And she was here with us until Tuesday. So she was here for a week. She was here from Wednesday. She got here Wednesday and she went home the following Tuesday. And so basically during that time, I didn't sew because like sewing is a kind of a solitary experience for me. And like she's already upstairs by herself all day while I'm working. So when I finished working, I didn't want to stay downstairs to sew and just leave her alone that entire time. So I didn't really do much sewing. I didn't do any crochet either. I don't know. I guess I'm just one of those people that I don't give a lot of time to people. So when I do, I give them my undivided attention, I guess is how I should say it. Like I'm not the type to pick up the phone and call somebody 3 times a week. But when you're here, I'm going to give you 100% of my attention. That's just kind of how I operate, right? So, and so that's what I did. And it was the only day I did sew a little bit was Saturday. So this wouldn't be Saturday just passed, it'd be the one before that. So, I did a little bit of sewing that Saturday, and I sewed for quite a while, probably from like 10 to 6. And Adrian had went to Georgia. He had to go down there for a quick visit, and normally when he's not here, when he goes to Georgia, that's all I do is sew. Like 95% of the time all I do is sew, because like he's not here, I don't have to give, and my kids, they don't care about me. I mean, not that they don't care about me, you know what I mean? Like I got a 27-year-old who never comes out of her room. I got a 21-year-old who's at college, so she's never here. And the 12-year-old and the 15-year-old, they stay in their rooms and I barely see them. Those people don't want to be around me. So when he's not here, I normally come down here and sew. But I didn't really want to do that because, again, my aunt was here. So I did do some sewing on Saturday, and I'll show you guys what I did. And again, she went home that Tuesday. And then Wednesday was kind of like a recoup. Wednesday and Thursday, I was kind of like all the stuff that I didn't get done when she was here. I had to get that done. And then also I was going to a wedding and we were leaving Friday. And so I needed to figure out what the heck I was going to wear because I had no idea. I had to find some clothes online. I had to order some stuff, get it in, make sure it fit and all that stuff. So it was just a lot going on. So Thursday I was basically trying to get the house in order and do all the things that I couldn't do when my aunt was here, just because I didn't want to just be in my own world. And then I needed to get ready for this wedding. And then also I needed to kind of get ahead of things because I didn't want to have a huge mess when I got back. You know, because the worst thing is if you don't clean your house before you go on a trip and then you come back to a dirty house. Actually, that's not the worst thing. The worst thing is when you clean your house before you go away and come home to a dirty house. And that is a situation that I ended up being in because I made sure that I cleaned the kitchen. Me and Adrian, we got in that kitchen and everything was clean. All the dishes were washed. All the countertops were done, swept, mopped, everything. And when we left the house, we told these children, hey, don't make a mess. The kitchen is clean. Wash your dishes. I don't want to come home to dishes. Why do I come home and there's dishes in the freaking sink? There's food all over the countertops. There's food all over the floor. So basically, we're going to have a family meeting, and the conversation is going to be this. If you can't maintain the house the way I leave it, then you have to come with me. And a lot of times they don't want to come, right? Because, and I get it, because it's boring for them. That's why we don't make them come. If we're, you know, doing like an adult type thing, we don't make them come. Like, we could have drug them up there to the wedding. They couldn't go to the wedding itself, but we could have drug them up there and made them sit in the hotel by themselves all night while we were at the wedding. But it was like, no, let them stay home, let them be comfortable. But the bottom line is, I'm getting tired of having to clean up every time I come home. And this is not the first, second, or third time that this has happened. So I'm getting pretty sick of it. Anyway. So basically, my cousin was getting married. My cousin is my third cousin. But my family's weird because my grandmother has brothers and sisters that are the same age as her children, right? So my second cousins are my age. And their children are my third cousins. And so I'm really close to my second and third cousins. I don't have any first cousins because at least on my mom's side, I don't have any first cousins because my mom's two sisters did not have children of their own. So I don't have any first cousins on my mom's side. I have some on my dad's side though. But we're not very close because I wasn't really close to my dad growing up. So there's that. But anyway, so we got back from the wedding on Sunday. I was kind of pissed because the kitchen was a mess and I made it a point to clean it before I left. So we got home on Sunday, watched a little football, Monday straight to work. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I've just been working. That's how my week has been. Another little tidbit. So Sunday we get home and, Adrian takes his shower first. Then I get in, I take my shower and all the hot water's gone and I'm like, great. So I'm having to hustle to hit the hot spots real quick, right? So, because there's not enough hot water. Then Monday, Adrian, he says to me, he goes, hey, did you have hot water when you showered? And I was like, no, I didn't. And this has happened before, right? Where two people maybe have showered before me or somebody was running the dishwasher or somebody ran a load of laundry. This happens because I have 5 people sometimes in this house. How many people? 5 to 6 people in this house on any given day, right? And it has happened before where I was last to shower and there wasn't enough hot water. The water wasn't cold. I just didn't have any more hot water. But then Adrian says to me Monday, he was like, did you have hot water when you showered? And I was like, no, I did not. And he said, I did not either. That's when we realized that something was wrong. Well, I'm a little cash strapped at the moment because I bought a car and I put money down and we just went to a wedding and and then you figure gas money and, all it just the money you spend when you travel. And then the wedding gift, of course, I gave cash. So, I was like, what are we going to do? So first we tried resetting it, right? So you go outside, you turn off the breaker, you come in, you press the reset button, and then you go turn the breaker back on. So that's what I did. It did not work. And it was like, great. So now I got to figure out what I'm going to do. Right. And the most economical way to do it. And I need to do it quickly because I need to bathe. And bathing with a bowl of hot water is not really what I had in mind. Basically, my shower on Monday. Adrian heated up a bowl, a large bowl of hot water for me. And then I basically turned on the shower and just kind of used a mixture of the hot water in the bowl and the freezing water from the shower to wash. It was not a good time. Okay. Now Tuesday, I had a guy come out. Because you got to find a guy. You got to find a guy to come out. And, if you're fortunate enough to have buckets of money and you can afford to pay somebody buckets of money to come out, great. I can't. So I got to find a guy. So I went on the Nextdoor app and I found a guy, and he was like, hey, you know, I can come. I went on an app called Nextdoor. So the guy comes out. Well, the guy messaged me. He's like, yeah, I can come out today. Right? Because I found him Tuesday. He's like, I can come out today. It's $125 to diagnose. And I was like, well, I'm fine with that, as long as if you do the repairs, that 125 goes toward the repair. Because that's one thing I'm not going to do. I'm not going to pay you a diagnostic fee and then a whole separate repair fee. I feel like if you come out and you diagnose and repair, that should just be one friggin' fee. So, because I rejected somebody one time. I was like, okay, so does the diagnostic fee go toward the repairs? And he was like, no. And I was like, I'll find somebody else, thanks. Because that's ridiculous to me. So he came out and he looked at my unit. And by the way, Tuesday morning, there was definitely an odor. There was definitely like the element had burned out. Something definitely went wrong with the water heater. Like it was like a smell like something was burning. And so I immediately went out and just turned off the breaker because I don't want no problems. So the guy comes out, he looks at my unit and he's like, I can't fix this. Right. And he was really nice about it. He was really kind about it. Really good guy. I put his number in my phone. I asked him what kind of other work he does because he's definitely somebody that I would call, because he really could have charged me a lot of money to end up not being able to fix anything. Right. He looked at it and he was like, the condition that this is in, I'm not optimistic that we're going to be able to do. And it's not like he was trying to upsell me because he can't install a new unit. So it's not like he was trying to get me to buy a new unit, a new water heater, so that he could put it in for me and make more money. No, he was only going to get money for repairing. That's it. So, he basically was like, given the condition, he was like, this thing is all rusted out. If I had to guess, it's probably rust all. And he was like, you're probably going to just want to replace this. And he gave me a lot of safety tips. He told me about my pool and that I should put a halo around the pool. I had never heard of this before. I need to do some research about this to prevent electrocution. He told me about... he made sure that there was no power to the water heater. He said because it can kind of like build up power and it can become charged from the outside and you can touch it and electrocute yourself. I had no idea. So he capped off all the wires and he made sure everything was off and that there was no power to the unit. And he only charged me $100 instead of $125, which was super nice. He was a great guy. Great guy. I forgot his name, but it's in my phone. And the name of his company was in my phone. I think it was like Ideal Handyman Services or something like that. But he was just a super nice guy, just really chatty, just really kind, and really could have taken advantage of me and didn't. And when I meet people like that, especially in the service industry, I just really like to hold on to their numbers because I feel like it's becoming rare to find people like that. So just had a great experience with that. But I still had the issue of a water heater that needed to be replaced and repaired. So I was like, okay, let's see what we can do here. So I went on to Lowe's.com. This is Tuesday. I went on Lowe's.com and I was like, okay, I found a water heater. There was some different ones, but I needed one that was available today, right? That day or available the next day. Like I needed something that was going to be, available quickly because it was something that I needed immediately. So there were some that I was looking at that I wanted, but I couldn't get because they weren't going to be here. So I settled on one that was just a basic model. It was going to be $600, but it was in stock and available. And so I wanted to know how much Lowe's was going to charge me because they have a same day thing. It's like, we'll do it the same day. Now this was afternoon, so I didn't really anticipate Lowe's being able to do it the same day because it's already probably like 2 o'clock at this point. No, it's probably like 12 or 1 o'clock. I don't know. It could have been, no, it could have been 2 o'clock. It could have been like 2 o'clock. So I wasn't really expecting a same day at that point, but next day, right? And so I wanted to know how much it was going to cost. So I called up the people at Lowe's and I gave them the item number for the water heater that I wanted. And they gave me an all-in price for the water heater and the installation. It was going to be $1,729. The friggin' the water heater unit is $600. With the tax, it's less than $650. So y'all want to charge me $1,100 for a 2-hour job? Like that's the labor you want to charge 11? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So what I did was, because when I had the issue, I went back to all my emails from 2016 and found the guy who did the initial installation for me. I was originally going to have him come out and check it, right? But he wasn't available. So on that Tuesday, when I had the other guy come out, I was going to have the initial guy who installed the unit come out. But he said, I can't come till tomorrow. And I was like, okay, if I can't find anybody else, I'll call you. So what I did was I called that guy back and I was like, hey, had a guy come out. I'm going to need a new unit. How much will you charge me to put in the unit? And I said, if I buy the unit, how much will you? I think he gave me the price if he sourced the unit, and then he gave me the price if I bought it. If I bought the unit, what the labor would be. And he said the labor would be $400, and the parts would be like $115 for the extra parts he has to get, right? Because like you need the expansion tank and the wire, the not the wires, the pipes, and then the pipe covers and blah blah blah, right? So he said it was going to be like $115. So I was like, okay. So I bought the unit. That was like $6 something plus another $5. That's a damn sight. That's a lot less than what Lowe's wanted. A lot less than what Lowe's wanted. That man came out. What time did he? I think he said he was going to get here between like 9 or 10. And he texted me that morning. He was like, hey, I'm on my way to Lowe's to pick up the unit. I was like, great, thank you. He went to Lowe's. He picked up my water heater. He brought it here. And within 2 hours, he had the old tank removed and the new tank installed. And the parts ended up being less money, so it was like $495. So I ended up paying like $11.50. That's $600 less than what Lowe's was going to charge me. Like, that was just a ridiculous price for me. Like, even if it was a little on the high side, I probably would have went with Lowe's just for convenience purposes. You know, just to make it easy on myself. But when them people said, when I priced out I was like, there is no. And when I told the lady no on the phone, she was like, well, maybe I can do something. You know, maybe we can get closer. And in my head, I'm like, there's no way you're knocking $500 off of this price. Because if she came in at like $1,200-$1,300, I probably would have said okay. But I knew $1,700 was too much. Like, I think the last time I got this put in, this was pre-pandemic, and we know how much prices have gone up. But the last time I had a unit put in, like I said, same guy, and I think the total price was like $800. And I was like, I know there's inflation, but I'm pretty sure the price shouldn't double, more than double. It shouldn't go from $800 to $1,729. Now, should it? No, it should not. Anyway, so he was going to be able to come on Wednesday to do the repair, like I said. So Tuesday, I guess we got lucky and had hot water, because I guess when the guy was here doing the diagnosis and he had turned the power on, I guess the water heater started working just enough. So I was able to take a very quick, because I was afraid to languish, I was able to take a very quick but normal temperature shower on Tuesday. And then Wednesday they came and fixed the unit. And of course, now we're back up and running. But yeah. So, let me tell you how people can bless you. When my aunt was here, I'm not the type to ask people for anything, right? But when my aunt was here, I was just talking. I was just talking in general, because, I was like, I need to do a better job saving my money. I just bought this car, and, I took all my little savings, and, I need to build it back up. And she cash apped me $500. And I said, Auntie, why did you do that? Like, I was like, I know I was talking about I'm broke because of the car, but I'm not, but my bills are paid. Like, this is the difference between being broke where your bills, you can't afford to pay your bills or eat, and broke in the sense that all my bills are paid and this fridge is full. There's just no money for extras. Like, there's a difference. And that I was in the second camp. And she was like, I know. She was like, I just, it was just something she wanted to do. Well, turns out I'm glad she did, because I used that money to pay that man his labor costs. So it's funny how the Lord blesses you sometimes. Anywho, so that's been my 2 weeks. The first bit was a bit uneventful, but, of course, the second bit kind of made up for that, made sure, to keep me on my toes. So, yeah, I need at least 6 months before something else breaks. I swear to God. So, anywho, let me show you guys what I've been working on. I have not crocheted a single stitch. Not one stitch in 2 weeks. But I have done some sewing. So I told you guys I was working on my favorite color is Moda. This is a sampler quilt that Moda put out, I think, 2021. Is the year on here? Did they put the year on here? It says 2020, but I feel like it was 2021 when it kicked off. So this is the pattern booklet. This is what the quilt looks like. So it's a big old sample quilt. It's larger than most quilts that I make. This is 81 by 99. My quilts are usually 45 by 60 or maybe 60 by 75. 81 by 99 is pretty large quilt for me. So I had pre-cut everything. I pre-cut all my blocks, and I put all of the blocks in baggies with all the pieces. Like this. Well, these are blocks that I've made, but sort of like that. So I've got more of it done. So I think I showed you guys, no, I didn't. Yeah, I think I did. I showed you guys this block. This was section 1. I need to back up. This is section 1. Now, and this is what section 1 looks like. And this quilt is put together in sections. Let me see. So this is section 1, which I just showed you guys. And I've also finished now section 3. So that's what I got done last Saturday. I got this section 3 done. And so this is section 3. I love how this is turning out. I love how vibrant this is and how vibrant the colors are. And then I'm almost done with section 4. And this is section 4. So that's the wrong piece. Section 4. So this is this is the half of section 4. I still have to finish making this block right here. This block is not done because this block is 96 half square triangles in that one block. That one block is 96 half square triangles. There's 24 blocks in this one block. I have 4 of the blocks completed. I have 2 of this, 2 of this. I do have everything cut. I did not feel like making 2 at a time half square triangles, where you put the 2 squares together and you sew 2 lines. I did not feel like doing that. So I cut all of the triangles in half so I can just feed them through the machine. Had I been smart, had I been thinking at the time, I would have paired the squares right sides together before I cut them, and that way they would have been paired up. But it would have taken a little bit more work to do it that way. But I do wish I had taken the extra couple minutes. Well, it would have been more than a couple minutes. It probably would have taken about 15 minutes. But, you know, I kind of wish I had taken that time. But I just didn't think about it at the time. And that way, because that way they'd all be paired up already. Instead of me having to put them right sides together and then run them through the machine, I could just kind of run them through the machine. And yeah, every single one of those half square triangles has to be squared up. And I think I've told you guys at this point in my quilt journey, I don't really want to do all that squaring right now. I just don't. So anyway, that's what I've been working on. That's all the sewing that I've done. I think a couple Thursdays ago, I showed you guys the applique project that I had worked on from the Open Gate Quilt subscription box. I have not finished that yet. I still haven't found a backing that I'm happy with. I need to find a backing for that. I really do. I really want to go ahead and get that quilted and bound, but I've got to find a backing that I like. Okay. So that's it with my projects. As far as what I bought, okay, the first thing I bought, I don't know why I bought it. I take that back. I do know why I bought it. I bought it because it was $26.99. That's why I bought it. It's normally $59.99, and it was $26.99. So I bought it. I'm going to show you guys this. This is what I bought. It's this quilt kit. This crochet quilt kit. Or this crochet blanket kit. Whatever you want to call it. Why did I get it? Again, it was $26.99. Still not sure if I'm going to keep it or take it back to Joann's. I don't know. But this is the pattern. It came with the pattern. It came with 2 tapestry needles, and the crochet hook that you need. It matches my living room. It's a decent size. It's 48 by 61. And you crochet with 4 pieces of yarn held together. So it should go pretty quickly. It says 8 hours for experienced crocheter, 12 to 16 hours for a beginner. We'll see. So I bought that. And the last thing that I'm going to show you is this fabric that I bought that I haven't even opened. I ordered this February 29th. but it didn't come until October 16th because it was on pre-order. Um, and normally when my fabric comes in the mail, I open it immediately. I have not opened this. It's been 10 days. But when it came on the 16th, I just was busy. Oh shoot, there's an Amber Alert. Haywood County. I don't even know where Haywood County is, so I guess I'm all right. Yeah, that's unfortunate. All right. I'll show you guys this fabric. This is the designer that I'm not familiar with, but I do love me some Free Spirit. And I like the uniqueness of the fabric that they've been putting out and the artists, the fabric artists that they've been showing. This fabric line is called Storyboard by Seth Apter, Apter, for Free Spirit. And I'm going to show you guys this fabric. I need to wash my mat so stinking bad. I did not pay $88 for this. I had a coupon. I had been saving up all of my points. So whenever you make a purchase on the GE Designs website, you get reward points, and then you can cash those points in. Now, I had bought the retreat last year, plus I was on Color Club for like months, like a year, 2 years I was on Color Club. And so all those points added up to where I was able to use to get a nice reward to bring the price of this down. Because then, of course, there's tax and shipping, and GE Designs does not have the cheapest shipping because it is a smaller business. Their shipping is like $8 or $9. So this is 12 half yards of Storyboard by Seth Apter. This is such a unique fabric line. I am over the moon about it. I can't even describe these prints. They're all, I mean, most of them seem to have some type of typographic element to them. Down. Trying to get them all in the frame. They're just really abstract. It's a bit masculine, but I like it. I think this collection is so gorgeous. I believe I bought the last one, unless they did a restock, which is kind of what made me pull the trigger, is that I saw when she had first displayed this line, and I was like, that's unique and that's gorgeous, and I would love to have that. So I saw when she, introduced it, and I was like, wow, that's pretty friggin' fantastic. And I knew that I wanted it, but I didn't know if I was going to bite the bullet and get it or not. And then when I was on the website and I saw there was just one left, I kind of felt like I had to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll just do them like that. You can't really see them. I'll just take me away. So that's the collection. I have no idea how I want to use this. I think I'm just going to wait for the perfect project to come along. And that might be 6 months from now. That might be 6 years from now. I don't know. But I'm just going to wait for the perfect project. I just love, like, it's colorful and neutral at the same time, which is, like, wild. I don't know why I'm fiddling with this so much, but I am. But yeah, Storyboard by Seth Apter for Free Spirit Fabrics. I am just over the moon with this collection. I love how it's neutral and colorful and abstract. I love the typographic elements. It's just very artistic to me. And yeah, I'm a fan. So no regrets. Actually, I forgot I bought it. I mean, I didn't really forget, but I just kind of normally when I buy something, I kind of keep track um, of when it's coming because I'll be so excited for it to arrive that I'll just I'll have like a little notepad. Okay, I ordered it on this day. It shipped on this day. It shipped via FedEx or UPS or USPS. And tracking says it'll be here by such and such. And then as soon as I hear the truck pull up, I'm like running outside to go get my stuff. It's ridiculous, right? Do y'all do that? Like as soon as y'all hear the FedEx man or the UPS man, like you're already at the door before they can even ring the bell so you can get your package. But I did not do that with this because I just had gotten a bit caught up. I had a lot going on and I just didn't even notice, honestly. I didn't notice until I got the shipping confirmation and I was like, oh shoot, that's right. I ordered the fabric. So yeah, so I think that's it for me. That's all I got. I didn't sew much. I didn't crochet at all. I bought some fabric and some yarn, and that's about it. So that's it for me, and I will see you guys next video.